I see Instagram up there. Alexa, turn down. Instagram has up there. Alexa, turn down. Ooh, happy Halloween, y'all, or All Hallows Eve. Trying to find a dope filter. Oh, hi, Reenie. Miss you too. Hey, y'all. Happy Halloween or Happy Hallows Eve, All Hallows Eve. I came on to do this live really quickly because in the spirit of Halloween, I just got the idea to talk about spooky stories, or like ghost stories. Alexa, turn down. Yeah, because I just thought about it, like thinking back on my life. Hey, Onaji. Thinking back on my life, I have had a lot of not supernatural. What do you call it? Like when you have experiences with spirits, with the spiritual world. So I've had experiences with the spiritual world. And I don't know, I was sitting here for Halloween because I'm not celebrating Halloween specifically. I worked today. I did some auditions, but I'm not specifically like celebrating it. But people still celebrate it. Kids still go trick-or-treating and stuff like that. Paranormal, exactly. And so it just got me thinking like, thinking about my life. Like I've had so many experiences. Have y'all had any experiences with the paranormal, with the spiritual world? Any ghost stories or like just weird things that have happened to you? Let me know, because I just don't even, well, actually I can start. My first memory of something that was kind of like paranormal or spiritual, I want to say I must have been like 6 or 7 years old. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. This was in New Jersey. I was fishing with my dad. We were at a park in New Jersey. Hey, Jai, how are you? We were fishing in a park, and my dad, it was like a creek. It was like I guess that's a creek, like at a park. It was a really big park, like kind of like hidden in the woods. But when you go through this like path, you can park and stuff like that. They have a parking area, but when you go through like this wooded path, it's this really big park. There's a playground, picnic tables, all that kind of stuff, whatever. So anyway, my dad, when I was a little girl, he used to take me fishing. So we're fishing, just a regular day. We're at a creek, and he's basically baiting the hook. And while he's baiting the hook, he's like bent over baiting the hook, facing towards the water. It was like this long stream. And so I'm standing next to him. So I turn around and look behind him. Behind him is the rest of the park. So I look and I stop, because I see a man, I see a woman, and then I count. I see children. I see a man and a woman walking in the park, and children. So I count the children. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was like 9 or 10 kids. The woman was pregnant, and the man was holding a child. So I was like, wow, that's a lot of kids. And I remember they were walking in the park. It was a regular day. This is in the 90s. And they were walking very slow, just like very slow, just walking in the middle of the park. And they were dressed. I remember me being like 8 years old saying to myself, why are they dressed like that? Like, I didn't understand why these people were dressed like that. It wasn't like we were dressed. The woman, I remember, she had like a big, her dress behind area was like really, really big. And it was like a long white dress. And it just looked very just out of place. So I'm like, and then one of the kids waved to me, because I counted the kids, and one of the kids waved to me. So my dad, he's bending over, he's baiting hooks. So my nickname for my dad growing up was D. So I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, D, look. And then he turned around and looked towards the park. He said, yeah, And he went back to baiting his hook. I turned around to look in the park. They were completely gone. They were completely gone. The whole family, the man, the woman, the kids were gone. So for those of you just joining me, I'm talking about some ghost stories, since it's Halloween or All Hallows Eve, whatever you want to call it. I just thought about some, spiritual and paranormal experiences that I've had in my life. If you had any, let me know. So in the spirit of Halloween, I'm like, hey, let me share some of these stories, experiences that I've had. So anyway, so when I look back, the family was gone. This was in New Jersey. Yeah, Back to Nature Films. Hey, this was in New Jersey, where I'm from. I was born and raised in New Jersey. The town it was in, I believe it was in South Plainfield, New Jersey. I have always wanted to go back to that park, and I have not been back to that park since then. Because I want to go back and, just kind of like see if I can get any more memories or see anything. Hey, Antonio, how are you? We're talking about ghost stories tonight. South Plainfield, New Jersey. That's where the park was. And also that area, if you're familiar with Plainfield, New Jersey, or South Plainfield, that area is a very historic part of New Jersey. Very old. There's a lot of old Victorian houses, specifically in South Plainfield. And this specific park is in that historic section of. Oh, you were born in Muhlenberg. Oh my God, small world. Yes. Okay, so you know all about it. So maybe you know the name of the park. Do you know the name of that park that's in South Plainfield? That's like, I can't think of it. I was so young and I haven't been. My dad used to take me fishing there. Hey, Steven. So we're sharing ghost stories tonight. Really, I'm sharing my ghost stories tonight. So if anybody want to share theirs, they can too. But in the spirit of Halloween, I decided to just talk about some spiritual and paranormal, experiences that I've had since it is Halloween. Since I'm not out tricking, I'm not out treating. So I might as well be on here telling some stories. So, yeah. So that was that story. So that happened in South Plainfield, New Jersey. And like I said, it's in the historical section of South Plainfield where you see all of the old Victorian houses. And now, once I got older and I realized what I actually saw. Hey, Mom, my mom's on here. Mom, so I'm telling everybody about we're talking about ghost stories, the spiritual world, and paranormal stories, like experiences that we've had. I know you've had some stories too. You've seen a ghost before. Let me see if I can bring my mother on. This invite I just sent you, so you can come on and talk about your ghost story. I'd have to ask my mom. They brought me to Georgia in 92, so I don't really. Oh, okay. So you came to Georgia in 92. Okay. Hey.
Take my
Hi, Carlene. Hello, Mother. How are you?
who could see me?
So whoever comes on. So tonight so in the spirit of Halloween, I'm talking about ghost stories. Any type of spiritual or paranormal experiences that you've had in your life. Can you think of any times in your life where you've either seen a ghost or you've had a paranormal spiritual experience, or anything like that kind of just like, oh my gosh, this made you think or wonder, like something happened here?
Yeah.
Okay, talk about it. What was it?
Well, when we were young, I was in high school, but I remember we lived on Warren Street, and it was like I don't remember all, but I remember it was like three of us in the bed together. We slept together in the back room, and we lived on the second floor, and it was like a porch. And so I remember waking up in the middle of the night and looking up and seeing this person standing over top of me looking at me. And I screamed and put my head back up under the cover.
What?
Yeah. And then I think eventually we turned on the light, but when we turned on the light, there was nobody there. But there was a person standing there staring at me.
And it was just staring at you or staring at all of y'all?
Well, it was staring at all of us, but I was the one that was woke and saw, and I screamed and
Now,
put my head.
what did this entity or being, what did it look like? Was it in the shape of a person?
Yeah, it looked like a person standing there
A
smiling.
man or a woman?
Man.
Wow. Now, did you feel any type of negative energy or positive energy coming from this entity?
No, I didn't feel no negative energy. I was just scared to death because, like I say, to see somebody standing over there looking at me, and I screamed, and then it was gone. I don't know if it was a ghost or what it was, but it
Wow.
disappeared. Yeah.
It could have
Hmm?
been a ghost. It could have been a family member. It could have been a guardian angel. You don't know what it was, or.
I don't know what it was,
Wow.
but I never forget that though.
Yeah, that would have scared me too. If I look up and I see somebody standing over my bed, that would have scared me too.
Smiling
Wow.
at me. Well, it was smiling. So I want to say it wasn't negative energy because I remember it was smiling at me.
Oh, it was
And when I
smiling at
screamed,
you.
yeah, it was smiling at me. So
What? So you
maybe,
saw the face?
well, all I know is it was a man. I don't really remember, you know, the face, so to say. Or I remember I should say it was in the shape of a man. It looked like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
stand.
felt the energy of it smiling at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's scary. But I guess, it seemed like it was somebody that was either watching over y'all or somebody that was a part of the house, just like watching the house. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm gonna bring somebody else on and see if we can get some more ghost stories up in here. Have a
Yeah.
wonderful night.
You too. I'm going to bed. Have a good
Okay,
night.
talk to you
Love you.
later. Love you.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right. So back to nature. You want to come up here? Talk about. Let's see. Okay, here it goes. Back to nature. I just invited you up so you could talk about your ghost story.
Hey, what's going on, Kim? How you been?
Hi. How are you?
Good, good. I'm at work, so I'll be brief real fast.
Okay.
Like I was saying in the comments, I lived in Florida when I was a kid too. Like, so we moved from Jersey to Georgia to Florida and then back to Georgia.
Wow.
But the house that we were staying in, there was a lot of negative energy there, and I picked up on that like even as a kid. But sometimes I go to bed, like you see like hands like reaching through the wall, like reaching at my bed and stuff, and I'm like, yo, what is this? So I tried to tell my mother about it, and she's like, oh, well, we're Jamaican, so she's like, that's probably just a part of whatever your grandfather used to do back in the day, because he would come and visit. So I'm like, so you didn't put curses on us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there'd be times though too, like where it would feel like I'm asleep, but I wasn't asleep at all, and like these little people would come out of the floor. But they weren't mean or anything. They were cool. They were like real tiny though. And they just run around the room and like play with me. I'm like, am I dreaming or is this like,
How
this
little
reality?
were they? Like, wait, let's go back to these
Um,
little people.
they had to be like the size, like they varied. It varied. Like it could be the size of like the phone or like this, like a small child. But they were all black though. No mouth, nothing. But you could see like the outline of them and they just run around the place. It was super weird. But like stuff like that
Whoa.
kept happening throughout life. But yeah.
That is creepy AF. Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before. That is
Yeah,
a
it's super
creepy
weird.
ass story.
Well, I looked into it. I was like, there's got to be more to that. There's got to be a reason why. So I had epilepsy as a kid too. So if you know anything about epilepsy, um, you have like hyperactivity on one side of your brain. So for me, it didn't come into people have like big seizures, like grand mal seizures.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't like that. I would have silent seizures, and I'd kind of like blink out. So during those blink out times, they say like, because I was like, is there paranormal things happening during this? And apparently, kids with epilepsy and stuff like that are kind of tapped in on that side because your brain is just constantly doing like this anyway. So you get that little bit of window to see into, that other side, if that's the case. But who knows? Pseudoscience. But it's interesting though. It was really interesting.
So the house that you said, the house that you live in now?
No, this is a house we lived in when we lived in Florida.
Okay. Have you had, now that you moved out of that house, have you had any of
Hmm.
these same experiences?
Oh yeah, throughout life, pretty much. Pretty
So
much.
everywhere
My
you've lived, you've had it. So you think it's
yeah.
just not the house?
It's probably our bloodline, honestly, because my grandfather he did like the obia. You know what that is, right?
Oh, Bia?
You ever heard
No.
obia? Like I guess what would y'all call it? I guess y'all call it roots.
Roots,
I guess.
yes. Hoodoo.
Yeah. So
Voodoo
like
roots.
that hoodoo.
Root
Yeah.
work.
Right.
But
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
didn't
So
do
he
it
did
for
that
evil
stuff.
purposes. He just did it for.
No, no, but it's kind of like one of those things that kind of got tapped into the bloodline. So every one of us got some kind of connection to that. You know what I mean? And some of us see it, some of us don't get to see it. But I know I got to see it up until even now. So, but
Wow. So what's
yeah.
your most recent thing? Then I'm gonna let you go. I know you got work.
It's all good. The most recent thing had probably these like visions and stuff that I'd be having, but it's almost like not even clairvoyance more than it's like just high intuition. Like, oh man, I probably shouldn't go over here because it seems sketchy. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
nothing too crazy lately. You know what I mean? But yeah, stuff like
Whoa.
that.
So
Hmm.
how do you go to sleep at night in peace, knowing that there's little black people, the black shadows coming about the floor and hands coming out the damn wall? I don't know if I'll be able to
Ah
sleep at
man,
night.
I'm good. That was something I just gotta accept this. You know what I mean? Because what can
But
you do?
but I think the important thing is like do you feel, because it's all about energy too, because you could be seeing spirits, but do you feel,
Mm-hmm.
and do you feel negativity coming from them? Do you feel like you're okay? It's just
No.
spirits.
No, yeah, no, I don't. But well, one thing when it comes to that stuff, like spirits in particular, whatever, even if it is negative, I just push out positive towards it anyway, because it's like a lot of times those things want something. You know what I mean? Whether
Want
what
attention.
it is, you don't know, right? Attention, yeah. So you just, and
Yeah.
that's it. If you pretend it's not there, sometimes with that, but as long as you acknowledge and keep going, them things don't bother
Mm-mm.
you. But your story is really interesting. About
That's
seeing
just
like,
one of many. That's just one of
yeah,
many.
families.
Woo, child.
Yeah,
A whole
man,
family. A whole
I've never
family.
heard of nothing like that. It's like ghost ships.
Yeah, yeah,
You
basically,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
And I've always wanted to research to see if anybody else has seen those families as well. So
I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I'm pretty
it
sure it's a
probably
thing.
has to be a thing. Yep.
Yeah,
Well, thank
it's
you for
got to be.
sharing your story.
No
That's
problem. I'll catch up
trippy
with you.
AF. Halloween. That's what I'm talking about.
You know?
Thank you. Have a good
Oh,
day.
yeah. Have a good one.
Okay. So, hello, Elgin and Marvell. We're talking about ghost stories tonight. So, in the spirit of Halloween, if anybody wants to share their spiritual or paranormal, any type of ghost story, anything creepy, share your story. I talked about how when I was like 8 years old, I saw a whole family of ghosts that were in a park. I've had many like paranormal stuff happen in my life. So that's why. Hey, Shanae. So in the spirit of Halloween, we're talking about ghost stories. If you have any spiritual or ghost stories or paranormal stories, experiences that you've had in your life, you want to share, talk about it on here. In the spirit of Halloween, All Hallows Eve. Also, you guys who are, maybe some of you are into spirituality, not into spirituality. I am into spirituality. And Halloween, October 31st, which is tonight. You can research the history yourself. There's Google. But for spiritual purposes, it's actually the day where the veil is very thin. So the veil between the spiritual world and the physical world on today and tomorrow is very thin, meaning you could have spiritual experiences, you could see things, hear things. People, entities, or beings from the other side might be trying to contact you, or anything. So it's just a very thin veil. If you want to pray to certain ancestors or family members, or you want to, I don't know, write a petition, meditate, the veil is very thin. Hello, Chavez. Hey, sister. So in the spirit of Halloween, we're talking about ghost stories. So if you have ever had any type of spiritual or paranormal ghost story experience in your life, raise your hand so I can bring you to the stage so you can talk about it. I talked about when I was 8 years old, living in Plainfield, how I went fishing with my father in South Plainfield, New Jersey, and I saw a whole family of ghosts. And I was about 8 years old then. So if anybody else has any creepy stories, any spiritual stories, things that they've experienced from the other side, hey, do you have a story, Kijo? Any type of spiritual ghost story or paranormal experience that you've had any time in your life? Mommy was just on here. She talked about when she was a little girl, how she saw a black figure. She woke up in the middle of the night and there was a black figure of a guy standing over her bed. She screamed. I would have screamed too. Oh, and then we had another gentleman in here earlier that talked about, oh, you saw, okay, so I got to bring you up if you saw a ghost when you were young. You got to talk about that. So I sent you an invite. Come to the stage. Oh, yeah, I saw the ghost. Did you ever see any ghosts? Chavez, have you seen any ghosts? Any spiritual or paranormal um, experiences? It's Halloween. So this is what we're doing tonight. I've had quite a few. I've seen ghosts. I've seen what do you call them? What the shadow people? I've seen shadow people. I've had sleep paralysis. Um, I've seen my guardian angels. I've seen glimpses of you declined it. You a trip, Keisha. I've seen my guardian angels. Um, oh, okay, hold on. It's just hold on. I gotta bring you up to the stage. If you want to, I understand that some people don't want to come on stage. It may not be camera ready, whatever like that. But if you want to share your story, I accept it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, KJ. What's your story?
I saw. Well, I saw a face in my closet
When was this?
when I first moved to my old house.
Which old house?
The house before this house.
Oh, okay, you saw a face. So wait, so tell us what happened. You walked in.
Well,
What time of day was it? Was it nighttime?
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. and I was just hanging out on my phone playing video games. And I sat on my bed and I looked to the left, and at the top right corner of my closet, I saw like a figure, like a face.
And what did the face look like? Was it a man? Was it a woman?
Yeah, it was like a man. It was
Now,
just
did you
like a
feel like a negative energy coming off of it? Did you feel a positive energy? Did it scare you? Travis
yeah,
said
it
he's
scared
never
me
seen no
because
ghost.
I felt like it was just looking at me.
Wow. I
But
hear
I
Cammy on
mean,
the
I
background.
never. You said what?
I hear Cammy on the background.
Yeah, I
Wow.
never saw it again, but I always kept looking at the top right corner of my closet to see if I can see him again.
Wow. That is creepy.
Yeah.
Very, very creepy. Well, thank you for sharing your ghost story today.
Yep. Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye. So, in the spirit of Halloween, we're talking about ghost stories. Hey, Tom. So, it's Halloween, so we're talking about ghost stories. So, Tom, if you've ever had a spiritual, paranormal experience in your life, if you've ever seen a ghost, that's what we're talking about tonight. So, let me know. Chavez said he's never seen a ghost. I've seen ghosts before. I've seen the shadow people. We had a gentleman on here earlier that he said hands used to come out of the wall at night, and these little black figures used to come out of the floor of his room and just run around his room. So if you've had any of those spiritual or paranormal type of experiences, let us know. It is Halloween, All Hallows Eve. Um, I've had quite a few. I've also had spirits talk to me, call my name. I've been tapped on the shoulder. I've been pushed by his spirit. I've seen them in my house. I've seen the shadow people in my house. I've seen my guardian angels before. Um, I've seen past lives. I've seen future lives. I've had quite a few experiences. At my old apartment in New Jersey, the one I moved to Atlanta 2.5 years ago. So the apartment that I lived in before that, I lived in that apartment for almost 6 years. I had a lot of paranormal ish happen to me in that apartment. I've had some in the house that I lived in for 14 years that I grew up in Carteret. But that apartment, I had a lot of, okay, I had a lot of paranormal ish going on. Very interesting now that I look back. Hey, Tom,
Hey,
so good to see
good. What's up? Long
you.
time no see. How are you?
How you been?
I'm good. I've been doing all right.
All
Good to
right, I
see you.
know. I'm so happy to see all of your success. It's so
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. I just signed on. I saw you talking about ghost stories, so I actually
Yes,
do have one.
great.
So I was here, right in this very spot where this seat, right? And see, we have this little elephant here.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sitting on the couch. I was here alone, and out of nowhere, the elephant flies off the
No
bookshelf.
way. No way.
Swear to God, swear, and shatters into a million pieces. And I like glued it. It's like literally glued back. Like you can see it's glued. I don't know if you can tell,
Wait,
but
I have so many questions. You did, yeah, I see it's glue. Number one, where did you get that elephant from?
this is my girlfriend's, Chelsea. Hey Chelsea, say hi.
Hey, Chelsea. Girl, where did you get that elephant from? That thing is possessed.
So she had. Where'd you get that? Amazon. So it's supposed to
Okay.
be like good luck. You know, you point it
It's
towards the
supposed to be for
door.
good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the
So
thing is, do you think it's the apartment? Like, have you had any other paranormal experiences there?
yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, no. So when Tom moved in with me, he said that he started experiencing things, and so I experienced a couple things, but it was when he moved in.
So you know what that means. I feel like
I
there's a
guess it's
jealous
me.
male spirit in there. He's so.
I
I think that's one because you said you were sitting on the couch,
Yeah, I was on the
and
couch.
then the elephant it lunged at you.
I don't want to say it lunged at me. It was behind me. Like I was sitting here, right? And then the elephant is there, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, you know, I think I was watching TV or whatever. And then I hear like I thought it was like one of the cats. Hey, bud.
Oh.
I thought it was one of the cats like ran into something or something. But I said turn
Yeah.
around and I just see the elephant. Like it looked like as if someone had knocked it off because the pieces were like splattered across the floor. So
That is insane. That's
Yeah.
really scary. So do you feel like any energies in the house, like any negative or positive energies? Like what do you feel from that incident?
I don't feel a negative or positive energy, but I have felt a presence.
Interesting.
Yeah, I felt yeah. And
You
sometimes
feel
the cats, like we have two cats, they will. It's as if they are sensing something sometimes,
mm-hmm.
and
Well, you
they're
know,
like,
cats are already in another dimension. They straddle both dimensions, the spiritual world and the physical world. So cats and dogs, but more specifically cats, they can sense spirits and presence. They can see them. They know what's going on. So whenever you see your animals like doing things, that's really they're telling you
yeah,
something.
yeah. I've I saw that in a movie where oh, Ghost, where Patrick Swayze, he's looking at
Yeah.
the cat, and the cat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So I believe that. I buy it. If it's in the movies, it's true.
So, but you're not scared of the presence. You don't feel like the presence is trying to scare you. You think that it's just a presence that's in that house, that maybe they lived there before.
Yeah, I mean our
Because it's so
neighbor.
interesting. She said that she didn't really feel anything until you came in.
Yeah, that's what she says. Does that you never experienced anything, babe?
Not here.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that was the most like other little things, but that was something that couldn't be explained. Like you can,
Right.
like I've heard things or like, I've heard like a creak or something, but that's something you could say you heard something or it could be whatever. But that, like, for that to fly off, it wasn't
Right.
like there was an earthquake. It was like there's no reasonable explanation, and I was here alone. So
Mm.
that's something that I cannot explain.
Yeah. That's definitely unexplainable. Well, thank you for sharing that story. That is creepy.
Yeah, very creepy. Very, very,
Yeah.
very creepy.
But as long
And
as like you sense the presence, and as long as you don't feel like the strong negative energy coming from that presence, I think that it's okay, because spirits live in the neighborhood, they live in the house, they could be family members coming in. You just never know, who they are. Um, but
yeah,
yeah,
you're
if
right.
you start getting stuff thrown at you again, okay, you got to do something. One time, two times, that third time it happens, you get a Catholic priest or somebody up in there to do exercise that place. Something.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll just move.
Don't
Probably.
play with that.
Okay. Good catching up, Kim. I love everything you're doing with all the commercial work. I have to
Oh, thank you.
maybe jump into class or something.
Yeah, definitely. I plan on having I have a class coming up, but I want to do like an online class so more people can take it. So that's something that I'm working on now. And I want to do some online courses too. So I'm planning. I'm a little slow, but I'm planning. Things are coming. So
Well, you're living in Atlanta now?
I'm in Atlanta. I've been here for 2.5 years.
Oh, nice. How do you
Yep.
like it there? It's good.
You know what? It's like, there's some things I love about it. I love the weather. I love there's a ton of seafood restaurants down here. I love that it's more open space. It's very relaxing. The quality of life is much better.
Mm.
You have the bigger space and all that kind of stuff. So those things I do like. There's pros and cons to everything. But I signed with a really, really great agency. I love my agent. So I'm just now getting into like the work, and I want to, I'm starting to produce my own material too. So I'm just now getting my footing in a way. So, we'll
Good.
see where it takes me. But yeah, it's cool. It's
I
cool.
remember when I was still living in New York, and I was taking the subway like daily, and I would always see that poster with you in the
Yeah.
subway,
Yeah.
like every day. I was like, "There's Kim,
Yeah, I
hustling."
know. That
I
thing's
love
so
it.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's good
Yeah,
shit.
that was like my best campaign yet. So hopefully I can do one bigger and better soon. Get another campaign. Home Depot's been hiring me a lot. I'm like, look, Home Depot, just give me that flow contract. That's what y'all need. They need to just do that. Give me the flow contract. You
Mm.
keep hiring me over and over again, coming back. Just give it to me.
Manifest it. Put those thoughts
Yes,
into the universe.
right. For real, for real.
All right, Kim. I will let
All
you
right.
go.
Thanks
Happy
for sharing your
Halloween.
story. Have a great
You're very
night. Good
welcome.
talking to you.
You too.
I'll see you
Bye.
soon. Bye. So we're talking about ghost stories tonight, y'all. In I don't know how to work this thing. So in lieu of Halloween. It's Halloween tonight, so we're talking about ghost stories. So if you have any ghost stories, paranormal stories, any type of spiritual experiences that you've had, hey Randall, let me wave to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. If you have any paranormal stories, Randall, you got any ghost stories, any paranormal experiences that you've had any time in your life? Let me know. Come to the stage. We've had some really, really good stories tonight. Woo, child. We've had somebody that my nephew that saw a face in his closet. We had a gentleman earlier who these hands come out of the wall at night and these little black people, well, I shouldn't say black people, it's little black figures literally come out of his floor and run around his room at night. I've seen a whole family of ghosts in the park. Um, Thomas was sitting on his couch and literally the ghost, a spirit, knocked over and cracked an elephant statue that his girlfriend had brought. So yeah, it's a lot of paranormal spiritual stories. Hey Illy. So if you have any spiritual or ghost stories or paranormal experiences that you've had in your life, come to the stage. It's Halloween. That's what we're talking about tonight. Randall, you ain't got not one story, bro. I want to share one more story. I want to see if we can get one more story tonight before I close out. Because it's getting near midnight and I'm trying to be asleep before midnight hit. So anyway, yeah. So that's basically what I came here to talk about. I don't know. Oh, you have to think. Okay. I done had so many paranormal experiences in my life. Oh my gosh. I've had so many things. I've seen so many things. I've had spirits call my name, tap me on the shoulder, push me. I've had seen the shadow people in my home. I've seen spirits in my home. I've heard them talking, having conversations. I've had sleep paralysis before. I've seen my guardian angels. I've seen past lives. This is going to sound far-fetched, but I'm just going to put it out there anyway. I'm not even going to go into too many details about it, but I feel like I have been, I don't want to use the word abducted, but I've been taken aboard a spaceship. If I haven't, that must have been a very, very real dream. But those are my people who are really, really connected to like the supernatural. Then you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not even going to get into those details about that. But yes, I've had quite a few spiritual experiences before. I've also been shown that this life that I'm living here, and a lot of people, Earth is a school that spirits come to learn so that they can evolve. And so spirits will come and into this human vessel and for a lifetime and learn some lessons, learn some new things. Oh, you've seen the shadow people. Okay. Do you want to talk about that real quick? I'm going to invite you up. If you don't want to come up, you don't have to accept it, but I just invited you just in case. Just want to hear what you have to say about the shadow people. Because I've had many experiences with them. Hey, boo! How you doing, my brother? So good to see you.
Kim Akia.
Hey, Randall Holloway.
It has been
I can't wait to hear the good news too.
while.
But anyway, so it's Halloween. So we talking about ghost, spiritual stuff, paranormal stuff. So tell us about the shadow people that you've seen. What's your experience with them?
Oh, yo, I have, I mean, I'm sitting in the dark right now. You know, it's Halloween.
Right.
But no, like I have seen shadow people, and I've even had dreams where I've had encounters with spiritual beings from other universes, I would say.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Tamla.
Yes.
Tamla definitely got some stories. So Tamla gonna have to hop on here.
Tamla, it's Halloween. We're talking about paranormal, spiritual stories.
So yeah, I've seen shadow people and they do exist. I do believe that the spiritual realm is very close to the realm that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will say this one particular experience, I had a nightmare where I felt like I was on, it was in New York City, and in my dream or in this nightmare, there was a voice that I was hearing from somebody that was singing. And they were singing on the subway train, on the subway line and all that. And it was like, have you seen the movie from Denzel Washington, Fallen?
No, I haven't seen that.
All
Yeah,
right,
we telling
there's a
ghost stories,
song.
Tamara.
Y'all telling those stories? Yes.
Yeah.
There was a song where the devil was singing, "Time is on my side." Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
Right? There was somebody in this dream that was just like singing something, and I was like, I know this voice. It was like it was so clear that I knew the voice, but I didn't know who it was. And then the person just somehow, I came off the train and I saw the guy, and he started talking to me, and then all of a sudden, my inner, like the Randall in me, recognized that this was not a normal voice. She said, "Shut up, Randall." I'm serious. No, I'm serious. So I recognized that this voice, it sounded like it was a human being, but there was also a different tone to it where it sounded like it wasn't. And so somehow the voice said my name and it woke me out of my sleep. And when I woke up out of my sleep, I was sweating. I was like out of breath. And I felt like, I don't know what that was, but that was something real. I've also seen other things, like I've experienced things in certain kind of like shops where I would say witch doctors, or this is kind of crazy, like a witch or some woman is kind of like telling me, you're getting the wrong oil. This is the oil that you need to get to handle the business that you need to do. Like some weird stuff. Like that's just kind of like, it's about you, but it's coming from a different source. But I will say, I have seen shadow people. I have gone to sleep. I've seen them in my sleep. I've seen them in my
Did you
room.
get the sleep paralysis with it? Because a lot of time they give you sleep paralysis.
I don't know. But
No.
I will say that I will attest that I have seen the shadows, the shadow people,
Mm-hmm.
like that ghost stuff.
Did you see the
That's
guy
some
that
real
wears the
stuff.
hat, though? The shadow guy that he has a hat on? He has like a hat and a
No.
trench coat? Yeah. Because I've seen him many times, and I went on Google and I found a lot of people that have seen the same shadow guy.
Wow.
It's the same guy. He has a hat and he has a trench coat. It's all black. And his hat, like, it's one of those like cowboy hats. It's so distinct, but he's all black. And
Is
but he gives you
still
sleep
on here?
paralysis. Huh?
Tamala, I know you got some stories. So like I know when I hop off of here, she gonna
Yeah,
have to get
Tamala, if you
on
got a
here.
story, come on, share your story.
Tamala is
Anybody got
all
any
about
ghost
that
stories,
spiritual
spiritual,
realm and
paranormal?
stuff.
It's Halloween, y'all.
But what you doing?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yes.
I'm up here. I'm on IG like I just got finished with an audition, and I was just, I don't know,
Go
it just
ahead
came
with
across
your
my mind. I was
bad
like,
self.
tonight's Halloween. I was like, and I started thinking about all the spiritual and paranormal experiences I've had. I'm like, somebody else gotta have some other experiences.
I'm gonna
And I'm
tell you
like, it's
this.
Halloween. It's the perfect night to talk about it.
Tamala just said I just prayed and saved. Yes. I've been doing a lot of prayer lately. A lot of praying. Seriously.
Oh, sage. Mm-hmm.
And sage. I got you.
I've been doing protection prayers. Ooh, I've been
I
ramping
like
up,
me some
honey.
incense. I feel like you can add her onto this. Like you can have 3 people on at one time.
Oh, you can?
I've seen them do it before.
Let me add
See
her
if you
then.
can. See if
Tamla,
she
I
can
just
hop
added you.
on. Okay, because I think she can hop on. But no. But real talk. Like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm into this. Like, oh, is that
I'm
her?
in the bed,
Yep.
y'all.
That's okay.
Right. She's here.
That's what I'm
I'm
going
gonna put
after
on
this
the
is
ring
all. I'm getting
light.
in my bed too.
I'm in my bed too. I'm in the bed. I just watched the movies that made us. So I've been watching like the documentaries of the how Aliens was created, how Halloween was created,
Oh, that's dope.
how yes, this shit is good, y'all. Like it
I
teaches
saw
you a
that up
lot.
there. I gotta check it out.
It's good. I'm watching the one on Nightmare on Elm Street now.
For some reason, I don't know. I guess because I've been seeing Michael Myers mask around so much. Now I'm kind of like intrigued. I want to watch a Michael Myers movie. I've never watched
If
a
you
Michael
gotta
Myers
watch
movie.
the original one. You
Yeah,
gotta
I want to
watch
watch
the
the
original
original
Halloween.
one. I've been seeing these Michael Myers memes. I've been cracking up all for the past 2 weeks. I can't stop laughing. I was like, I gotta give me a Michael Myers mask. Just cause he's hilarious to me. He's funny. Like there's something about his personality that I see in my personality. I don't know
Yo,
what about
Michael
him,
Myers was the original mask was the guy from Star Trek, and what they did, they took it from the mask store and they painted it white. The guy, I forgot what the guy's name was. but it literally
Wow.
was just a mask. They had a they were low budget filmmakers, and they said we're gonna work around this budget. And they went to a mask store. They picked a bunch of masks, and they found this one. They cut the eyes out and made them a little bit bigger, and then
And
they
just
just
took that
smeared in
hair,
white.
just did doot 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 to the hair.
Yep.
The hair's a mess too.
So Tamala, you got some ghost
Yes,
stories?
Tamla, what's your ghost story?
I don't think I have any ghost stories.
No
Oh,
paranormal
come on,
experience
Tamala.
ever in your whole life?
Okay, that's not true. I have had plenty of that.
Yeah, so yeah, it could be that.
Yes.
What paranormal experience have you had?
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So when I was in college, I was really discovering my spirituality and reading all types of stuff about like hermeticism, everything you could think of, like. And then one day I was visualizing in my room, and then you know how when you look out the window, the street lights come in, you know, and they have like lights that kind of falls in the room when it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, all the white light started to get sucked out of the room.
What? Wow.
And it comes
Hey,
up more and
Mariska.
more and more. And I'm like, oh shit, like all the lights getting, but I feel a presence coming in. And then it starts to grab me
What?
What?
and it speaks to me.
What? What did it say?
It says, when you fall, things will never be the same. And it was like this beautiful, strong, like ominous voice. And then it slowly let me go. And then all the light came back in the room.
What?
So wait a minute.
Wow.
Hold up.
That's
I gotta back.
deep. That's a message.
So you're in the room doing your meditation, right?
Yeah.
The
I'm
room
awake.
has lights on. All of a sudden, all the light gets sucked out of the room, and the darkness comes into the room.
It's more, no, the lights were off. Like I'm like laying in bed. And you know how like if your window's open, like the street lights come in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Like
just
that
a little
light.
bit.
Yeah.
So that light just immediately went away,
Yeah. It was just
and then the whole room became black. And this presence, you felt like it grabbed you.
I could not, if it wanted to like turn me to dust, it could have. Like it grabbed a hold of my entire being. I could not move. And I felt
Hey,
it
Mariska.
approaching me.
Mm.
I felt it approaching me, and I turned my face as it got really close to my face, and then it spoke.
Wow. So
Wow.
who do you think that was? What presence?
I think it was an
what do you
angel.
feel?
Okay.
Oh. And it
Or
told you if you fall, what did it
when
say?
you fall,
When you fall.
things will never be the same.
And what is that supposed to mean? Did you ask him?
Exactly. I was
Because
like,
that's what I be asking. When my spirit guides be giving me messages in my dreams, and I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what does that mean? I mean, my spirit guides and my ancestors love. When I tell you love, they love to give me numbers and letters in
numbers,
my dreams. And I wake up in the morning, I'm like, no, y'all gotta spell this out for me. I don't know what the number 3x2 means.
Yep. And
I
love
think I
calling
know now
numbers and
what it
letters.
means. You know, it took me
Yep.
most of my adult life to figure it out. For a long time in my innocence, I was like, oh, I'm being punished for, I don't know, like having sex or whatever. But I think it was the beginning of my initiation.
Okay.
Powerful.
I think my guides, they definitely do a lot of repeats with the messages. It's either numbers or it's like something that someone says over and over, and I'll hear through like different people of a message, and it's like, oh,
they're like,
okay,
you gonna get this message? You ain't get it the first time,
right?
Okay, here's another.
Like, or
Yeah,
yeah,
angels
it's
are
like always
real.
repeating. So that's how I know it's like, okay, that's for me. Like it could even be a song, like a song I play on the radio. I keep hearing it, or if I'm at work and somebody mentions the same song, like it's like paying attention to like just paying attention, you know. Yeah.
Do you guys know who your guardian angels are? Or I remember when I was a little girl, I was about maybe like 13, whatever. One of my friends, she was like 9 years old, 9 or 10, and she had been in a really bad car accident. And she told me, she was like, she was like, angels are real. She was like, when I was in a car accident with my mom, these two angels that they came and they saved me. And I never believed her. Like, I don't even remember the whole story, but when she told me,
Mm.
I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. But then as I got older, I kept seeing these two men. They were always like show up in my dreams. It was two men like helping me. They had on security outfits in one dream one time. Then another time I was at a pyramid. They were helping me lift me up out the water. So it was like different scenarios throughout like a span of like 4 or 5 years. I kept seeing these two men, and I'm like, they got to be my guardian angels. So then I did a meditation. I prayed and I asked them, like, are you my guardian angels? And if so, what are your names? And they told me. They like, their names are Lucas and Thomas.
Wow.
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 And one of the guardian angels, my guardian angel Lucas, he told me it's Lucas with a K. He said Lucas with a K. One is black, one is white.
I love it. I've
It's a
had
black
dreams
guy
about
and a white
mine.
guy. They look like they're like in their late 20s, early
Wow.
30s. Yeah. I've seen their face before. And I've seen their swords. They have swords.
Wow.
Swords.
Swords.
Nice.
Wow. I would love to know who my guardian angel is. I think it's yeah. Yeah, I would love to know.
You can
That's good.
ask them. You just ask them to reveal themselves, and then just go into your prayer and then meditate. And trust me, they will show you who they are if you really want to see them. Because that's what I
But
did.
I'm
I
like
just
low
seen
key scared because I
them.
feel like they're really gonna tell me about myself.
Huh? they gonna tell you about yourself anyway. So you might as well know who they are. Shoot, they ain't gonna stop
I was
you.
just
Like,
talking
you
about
know
this with
what?
my
I've been
girlfriend
watching
earlier
you all
today.
this time, and this is what I'm tired of all the stuff that you're doing. You need to do this with your life. But I really don't think that they can tell you much because life is about it's a gift and you are present in it and you have to discover these things for yourself. So I don't think that the spiritual realm can really tell us all of these answers. I
Yeah,
think they can
it's
give
not
us
for
these
us to
clues and
be
hints.
told. It's for us to
Right.
learn and grow and do it on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a part of living this life, this spiritual life, because we're spiritual beings in human bodies. That's what we signed up for. We signed up to live this life, to learn
Yeah.
lessons, to evolve, to figure it out. We have people that assist us from on the other side, and it's to assist. They're not going to give us
Yes.
every single answer. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell us, okay, 5 + 5 equals, and then we got to figure out what it equals. They'll lead you.
It's so
They'll lead
true.
you to this classroom with the chalkboard and the numbers. You know what I'm saying? But you got to figure that out.
Yes.
I laugh because I just hate that it's set up that way. It's like, help me, damn it. And it's like, how did I get here? Did I draw the short end of the stick out of the group? Like,
Right. It's crazy. Yeah, life can be crazy. You ask yourself, like, what is happening here? Like, what is really
I
going
will
on
say,
here?
like, recently, just a lot of just so, like, I think when you really start praying and really start sitting in it, like, really sitting in it, things start to just kind of come out of the blue and just start surprising you, you know? I tell you that. I will tell you that. Tamala, I love you.
Love you too. Thanks
I
for
love
sharing
you
your
guys
story.
Yes.
Mariska, do you have any stories? Any spiritual or paranormal stories that you want to share? Because it's Halloween, so that's what we're talking
Oh, I
about
know
tonight.
she got some stories to share. I
Because
swear I
she
know.
says she's aware. I know she's aware. And she
Oh,
said that
yeah.
she's like, I'm 55 and we're all fine. That's what she said. So I know.
You
Mariska,
gonna
you
add her
gotta
on
have a
this?
story
Add
up
her
on
on
there
this.
somewhere.
See if she gonna pop on. Because I think you can do 4 people.
Oh, cool. Okay, let me see if I can do 4. Let me see.
They'll
Like
put your
Mariska.
square to the side or something.
This is dope that you can add 4 people.
I know it
I
used to not be like
know.
this.
Okay, I sent Mariska
Oh, this is cool. We can tell like little ghost stories on here.
ghost stories. Oh man, so many, so much stuff happening. And it's good to know that other people are experiencing things too. You're not alone.
Hey, when
Yeah.
you stay open and you're open to the universe, you will experience it.
Oh, she's on mommy duty right now. So right now,
Okay,
I don't think
no
she could
problem.
join. Thanks, Mariska. I'm sure you will. Maybe we'll do another one.
I have to, Mariska, I have to talk to you at some point. Like, tell you how you introduced me. When I took your class, you don't realize it, but you introduced me to a new family member that I didn't know about. We're going to have to talk for real.
Whoa, I want to know about this story too. Can you talk to me too?
Seriously, I might have to hit her up. Seriously. Yeah.
Wow.
Deep.
You got any more
Deep.
stories? What about you, Kim? Did I miss your story?
Well,
Yeah, I
my
want to know
story
your
was
story.
when I was my first time that I ever can remember of me seeing ghosts or any type of spirits was when I was 8 years old. My dad took me. We used to go fishing, so we went fishing in this park in Jersey, and we're at the river. So he's actually bent over where the water is. He's actually putting the bait, the worm, on the hook. And behind him, that's where the whole park is. So I'm standing next to him, watching him, bait the hook. So I turned around, I look at towards the park. When I look out into the park, I see a woman and a man walking in the middle of the park, but they're walking very slow. They're just like walking, strolling in the middle of the park. And there's like a whole bunch of kids walking with them right behind them. So I remember looking, I'm like, wow, it just seems kind of weird. Like they're walking so slow in the middle of the park. And I counted the children, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like 10 kids. The woman, she was pregnant, and the guy was holding another child. But what was very weird was the kids were like laughing and jumping, whatever. They were kind of young. They were walking behind the couple. But the man and the woman, they were literally just looking like this and just walking slow.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God.
they were kind of like cloudy. Like I can clearly see them and what they were wearing. That's another thing. I looked at them and I looked at the clothes that they were wearing. And this was back in the 90s. This had to be like maybe 90 or something like that. 91. Right before my parents got split up. So I'm looking at their clothes. I'm like, their clothes don't even look this weird. Why are they wearing those clothes? And I remember her dress had the big hump on the back of it. It was a long Victorian dress with a big old hump. And I'm like, that looks so weird. So I remember I turned around and I looked at my dad and I tapped him on the shoulder. My nickname for my dad was D. So I tapped him. I said, D. I said, look at that. My dad turned around. He said, yeah, whatever. And he went back to baiting his hook. I turned around. They were gone.
Oh my God.
They were gone. So now, looking back on that story, I don't even know if my father saw them ghosts because he was like, yeah, and he went back to baiting his hook. And unfortunately, he's passed away, so I can't ask him, did you see those ghosts that day or whatever like that? But now looking back on, I don't think he saw those ghosts that day, but it was a ghost. It was a family of 10 in that park. And now, as I got older, I realized that they were dressed in Victorian clothing. So it was in the Victorian age because that part of New Jersey, that the town that we were in is called South Plainfield, New Jersey. We were in a park in South Plainfield, and in the area where that park is, it's in the historic section where there's these old Victorian homes that still exist today.
Wow.
Saw ghosts. Since then, I've seen shadow people. I've seen ghosts. I've had ghosts tap me on my shoulder. I've been pushed by ghosts. I've had them call my name. I've seen ghosts in my house. I've even been, I don't want to say abducted, but I've been on a spaceship before.
Wait, what you say, Tam?
Have you ever tried to develop that skill, to see?
Yeah, I would like to develop it. I would like to.
Wait. Mariska wrote
Mariska
something. She said, okay. One day I was driving. A voice said, pull over. That morning I was praying for my angels to protect me this day. I pulled over. A voice said, take a selfie. I was running late. And I was like, no way. Wait, is there more?
What happened?
She said, I listened. The selfie had 4 orbs.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Those were your angels.
We are not alone, y'all.
Yo, your angels know what a selfie is. They said, take this selfie so you can see us. See what
wow.
I was just saying. You ask them, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, you want to see us? We're going to show you who we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
They said, pull over and take a selfie.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. When I did an audition, I want to say this would had to be in like May or June. And it was my first audition when I signed with this new agency here in Atlanta. And it was obviously self-tape because it's all self-tapes down here. Did the self-tape. When I transferred the self-tape audition to my laptop so that I could edit it and submit it on Actors Access, I saw, which I think is my father come in through my audition. I saw his orbs flying. And this isn't the first time that he's done that, to show me that he sees me. Yeah, I remember when I
Beautiful.
was at William
Mm.
Esper Studio one day. I was just sitting in class at William Esper. I'm sitting in class, and all of a sudden, this huge presence. Now, we're all in class. It's about maybe 15, 20 people in class. There were two people performing their scene, and everybody else was in the seats just watching. And so I just remember sitting there just looking at these people to do their scene, my classmates, and all of a sudden this huge presence comes over me, and it's my father.
Wow.
It's my father. He said, and
Yep.
he basically was like, "Oh, I'm here. I'm in class with you." And I felt like at that moment he was telling me, "I see you. I see.
How do you
I'm
feel?
watching you. I'm here with you. I see what you're doing." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he sees me!" And he came in my acting class. Like, "Oh my gosh, he sees me," you know. And then he was in my audition. I saw his orb. Clearly, I saw his orb, but I know he wanted me to see his orb. I've had psychic readings before where the psychic was like, "Oh my God, your father is here. He wanted me to tell you he's here. He's always around." And I didn't even
How did
tell
it
them anything
feel?
about my father. He just comes through. He comes
Mm.
through.
How does he feel when he like takes over, when he shows his presence? Does it feel like something?
Well, that time when I was in class, I knew that it was him. He clearly made it very clear to me that it was him. Um,
Mm.
and then for a really, really long time, every night that I went to sleep, as soon as I cut my lights off, get in my bed, and like cuddle up, I feel like a presence walk in my room. It like clockwork every single night, and I feel like that's him just coming in, watching me before I go to sleep. It'll come in. I feel the presence literally because I could be in my room till like 11, 12 o'clock, just lights on, watching TV, watching on my computer, just chilling. But then as soon as I get ready to go to bed, I cut off my light, I get in the bed, I feel a presence come through, and it literally just like stands by my bed and then just disappears. So I feel like that's him a lot of times. He does that. I feel like he just, you know, comes in to check up on me or whatever. So now I'm aware that he comes to check up on me. I'm more open to him. When I was younger, I was not really open to seeing him, feeling him, or having him around. But as I'm becoming more open, and I'm sure that he's seeing I'm becoming more spiritually aware and spiritually open, he's able to kind of like come through a little bit more slowly but surely and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
Nice.
so that's been really, really, really a great blessing to know that he's still here. He's still watching me. He sees all of my success, which I'm really, really happy about. He sees, and another paranormal
Oh,
thing is
somebody says yeah,
I believe
3 a.m. is like that witching hour time. Saying that they
Yeah.
believe a ghost that is active downstairs in my house around 3 a.m. or around that time. Yo, let
mm,
me tell you, so when I moved to New York, I remember like I was very wild. Like when I first moved to New York, like
ooh,
I had to get things off of my out of my system. So I used to go to the
hey,
club a lot. I used to drink a lot. I was just, I was that dude. And I remember I was always out. And I remember I had booked a film, and this actress that I was working with, she said, "Oh, okay, so you're new to New York. Let me just tell you something. Around 3 o'clock, just make sure that you, wherever you are, just stay where you are. Don't go out." She was like, "Just kind of wait till 4 o'clock because that's the time where a lot of craziness starts happening in this city." And I'm just like, of course, first introduced to New York, like I'm just here, and I do remember around 3 o'clock, you know, um, I do remember around 3 o'clock something traumatizing happened in my
wow.
life. When I went to the club, and that's how I got my scar on my face.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
let Elgin in so he could talk about that his ghost story. Elgin, come on in to talk about that the ghost at 3 a.m.
That be
Yes,
showing up
please.
I'm gonna be
downstairs.
right back. Hold up.
I
Let me
want to
see.
hear about the 3 a.m. ghost.
Hopefully Elgin will accept. I'll be right back. Hold down the fort real quick. Y'all gotta go to the bathroom. You talking so much.
Wait, did you invite him in? I don't know. Okay, I guess we're taking over for Kim Akia's Ghost Stories night. Like we're talking about experiences that we've where we've occurred either some kind of paranormal activity, or if we've seen ghosts or anything in the spiritual realm, like, talking about that. So yeah. Tam, what you doing?
Tamala has work in the morning, so I was winding down. Now y'all got me up here kikiing and stuff. Like
Oh God, I'm
I'm about to
sorry.
hop off after I hear Eldrin's story.
Yeah, I want to hear his story. I'm about to hop off too. Like I got 2 days off, you know. A lot of change is happening. I think I'm gonna actually move on definitely move back to New York when things get started between you and I.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
think
that's
that's,
smart.
yeah, smart move.
Only because you'll be so busy. So.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to I'm going to be busy with that, but you know, I'm always a hustler, and so that's just going to definitely like go into other things. So, it's time to get on back there.
Elgin, are you
Nice.
popping on?
Yeah, because if he's not
We all waiting for the
Oh,
ghost story.
Shafani, shout out. Yo. That's my girl.
Did
We're
Elsa never
on
come
here
on?
talking about nope. Is he coming
Oh.
on? Oh, he said it disappeared. Oh, you
Oh
gotta
wait,
invite
Mariska's
him again.
back.
Hey,
You
Mariska.
gotta invite him again. Hey, Shafani, what's up, Shouty? Falling over.
Hey,
Hey.
Mariska.
Hola.
Oh,
Hola.
he's back.
This is
I just want I just want to say hello to you
Hi.
guys. I'm
hi.
so mommy duty is a real gig. But I just wanted to say hello and chime in. But yeah, in terms of supernatural and angels, it's so real. Like I do my morning pages and I write to my angels
Mm.
and I ask them for certain things.
Mm.
And sometimes, when I ask them for certain things, they really show up. Like one night I was talking to my dad who passed in 2011, which was a really big year for me in terms of like events going on. And he came and he sat on the edge of my bed like I was sleeping, and I felt like an impression,
Mm.
like weight going on the edge of my bed. And my eyes popped open and I was like, what is going on? And I slowly turned to look, and he was in the last outfit that I saw him in,
Wow.
which made me comfortable.
Yeah.
Wait, you
And
saw your
and it
father
was my
sitting on your
40th,
bed?
yes, on the
Wow.
edge of my bed. And he was in, because my 40th birthday party at the Cotton Club, I had everybody wear all white. And he was in that because everyone knows how easily spooked I am.
Mm.
And I've always wondered, I asked my mother, I was like, why do I scare so easily? She said, well, when I was pregnant with you, I was asked to identify a body.
Oh my.
And when I went into the room, I was so shocked that I passed out. And the impact of that, she feels impacted,
Trans
my,
you.
Yeah.
it's all energy.
Yeah.
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 If I know nothing else, Kim, I know energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So ever since then, I've been like really like hyper aware and hyper vigilant on energy and beings that really aren't there. So he was there, and
Did he smile like,
he
when he
was
looked
just
at
like
you? Like, did he smile? Like,
he was pleasant. He had a pleasant demeanor, and he was just like, I'm here. I'm just here.
wow.
And I was like, okay, can you go now?
Right. Right.
And I don't want to go with you.
Right.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh my.
But I'm steady asking my angels to visit, like they intervene
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
on my behalf,
Yes, they do.
you
I
know.
love about this.
I
Hey, they got
like I'll be
swords,
like
honey.
in the midst of the sleep. I'll be in the midst of the sleep and I'll hear Mariska,
Mm.
and I'll wake up and like maybe I'll check my phone and there's something there, or someone will come to my spirit and I'll have to just like, at a certain age I don't dismiss anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A thought is a God thought.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
An inkling is a divine awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So a lot of the times you may want to be like, oh, you know, press on, dismiss it and move forward. But at this age where I am, I don't. If I think about you, I'll write you. I'll say, "What's up? How you doing?" And most of the time, people will be like, "I was just thinking about you,"
Wow.
or "I need it." I needed to hear from you. So I just wanted to say hello and
No, that was
send
a
you
great
guys some love.
story.
Thank you. Love right back to you. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Woo.
God bless you
God bless
guys.
you. Have a wonderful night.
And I want to know which family member I hooked you up with.
Okay, before you get off. So remember the scene partner that, Numa,
Hey,
that
Sean.
when we did the
Yes.
scene partner. Come to find out, long story short, her daughter is my cousin. And so the guy that she was with is my cousin. We found out that we're cousins. So now Numa is pretty much kind of like family.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
The whole time that
I
we
love, when people sign up for that scene study class, I study the list.
Yeah.
And I study the people and I look at the energy so I'll know who exactly to match up with whom. So it's not random that I put you with her. I didn't know why until just now.
Exactly. And I felt like I had to share that with you because that was just kind of like mind blowing how it all happened. Like,
wow.
Like I just started, my mom got a
That's
phone call
awesome.
and she said, this guy from LA is your cousin, and like in film and stuff. We found out that we're cousins, like his mom and my mom, we're from the same town and everything. And then I started doing research on Google, saw that there was a picture with her and him together, and I was like, wait a minute. That's my
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, she's making mad moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God bless you guys. I'm glad I was able to facilitate that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
All right. God
bless.
peace.
Have a wonderful night.
I'm out.
Night.
All right. Thank you. How do I get out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
LaTanya. Okay. LaTanya wants to. I'm not sure how to get out. How does she? Okay, there she is.
Oh.
So let me invite Elgin first.
And after Elgin's story, I'm gonna bounce off so you guys can have more people on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna bounce off after her soon.
Okay.
But this is fun, so I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer.
Hey, Elgin.
Am I here? Because I don't know how to in there be working and stuff.
Yeah, you here?
I'm here. Hey,
tell us about this 3 a.m. ghost you got in your house currently.
Yikes! I think so.
I gotta hear this one. I gotta hear it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this is like a year before I moved to Atlanta. Because I think today is a year from now that I moved here.
Oh, congratulations! You've been here a year.
Yes,
Wait a minute. So
yes.
when we took Chantal's class, you had just moved here.
Yep.
What? Wow! Happy anniversary.
Thank you. So maybe like a couple weeks before I moved here, my friends, they got this place that we're at now. Before I got here, so she was like, "I think this house is haunted." And I was like, "Well, what you mean by that?" And she was like, "I think stuff be moving at night." And I was like, "It ain't roaches or nothing like that, and she was just saying like, "No, like I really think it's something here." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm just putting that in the back of my mind because I'm like, I don't want to be scared before I move here and everything. So I moved here, and I think that was like November 2nd, because I came here like October 28th, and I went on vacation as soon as I got here. So Thanksgiving happened. We had a couple people come over on Thanksgiving, and we had a friend that slept downstairs on the couch. And I'm up in my room, and I'm just watching Netflix. This is probably at like 2:55, like 3 o'clock, around that time. So all I hear is like a scream. And I'm like, yo. And like, there's like a door right here, a door behind me, and like a door all the way in the back. So everybody opened up their door. And I'm like, I just peek out the door. I just go a little peek because I'm like, I ain't going down there. I'm just going that, whenever turn up downstairs. And then my friend had went and asked him downstairs, like, you good? And he was like, yeah, I just felt something touch me.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Y'all gotta move.
Yeah, y'all gotta move.
Right. Yo.
I don't play that.
I said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna see you in the morning. I went right back to sleep. I
Oh
said,
my
nah,
gosh.
nah.
Do you still live in
Yeah.
that house?
Oh, yeah, we still here.
Is that the house you at now?
Yeah.
Silly.
Oh, hell
Come
no.
on.
I would be
That's
out.
crazy. You still living in that ghost house?
Yeah, I honestly, like, I think it's like an amicable relationship because I let it do what it do downstairs. Like, when it be turning up, I be like, hey, turn up. Like, do what you gotta do.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, we cool. Maybe, sip wine with the ghost every now and then. Because I think it's like a cool person.
Yeah, it's just maybe they lived there. That was their house, so they're like they're okay with sharing their house. Some spirits are not okay with sharing their house. That one seems like
Hey,
he's okay. He just want to let y'all know
yeah.
this is still his house and he's there. That's what it seemed
Yeah.
like to me. If you touching me, you trying to let me know this is still my house.
Yeah, I was.
Screaming. What?
I was like, yikes. Like, he woke up, like, when I tell you, I heard it, and I just sat in the bed for like 2 minutes. Because I'm like, I don't even want to get up because I know she was being lazy. And then everybody opened up their door. They was like, you good? And he was like, yeah, I just think something touched me. And dude still went back to sleep down
Right.
there. So I'm like, the ghost ain't scare you that much there because he went right
Yeah.
back to sleep.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Well,
I
blessings.
must have
Just continue to
some
pray.
really good brain for something to be
We got
living
some
with
things.
ghosts.
Yeah. Well, we here for another year, so I'm excited to see how much it's gonna turn up.
Oh
Oh
my.
my God.
Listen, you better
Right.
throw some holy water around that place or something.
For real. Get you some salt.
Right. They do say if you put salt around your bed, they're not going to jump on your bed.
Yeah, I
Or
have
put them
salt
in
in
the
my room,
corners
in
of
my
certain
corners of the room.
spaces. Right.
Okay. That
I
was
believe in
great.
that.
I'm gonna hop off, y'all. This was so
All
much fun.
right.
It
Thank you,
was
Yeah.
fun.
Tamla. Thank you,
Happy
Elder, for
Halloween.
sharing. I think we got one more story.
I want to hear
All
this.
right. Y'all have a good one.
You
Thank
All
you.
too. Thank
right.
you for sharing. I'm never coming over to your house, so never invite
Oh man.
me. Never. Okay. We have one more. LaTanya Marie.
Tamara's trying to figure out how to get off.
You can tell me my confused face. I'm like,
I don't even know, girl. I don't even know how to tell you how to get off. Oh my God.
I'll just exit out and then I'll come back to the story.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'm going on. Accept.
All right.
There it
Anybody
goes.
else got some ghost stories?
Yeah, we have one more.
Ghost
LaTanya Marie.
stories, paranormal stories.
LaTanya, I accepted your. I don't know if she's still here. I guess she's still here. Anybody have any ghost stories? So it's Halloween. We're talking about ghost stories, spiritual experiences. She's unable to join. I don't know why. I don't know.
If it's because I'm on, I would gladly get off.
But no, if it was the four of us,
Yeah, you're right.
It shouldn't have. I don't know what's going on with that. So if anybody has any last minute ghost stories, paranormal experiences, or anything like that, hop on. It's Halloween. This is what we're talking about. Share your story that you have. So many people in here. Anybody got any ghost stories? Let's see what else is in here. We have one lady, but I don't know how to get her. LaTanya, are you still here? I don't know. So, all right, I guess that's it though. That was good.
That was cool.
That was really cool. Really
Oh
good.
yeah, it was bumping.
This was bumping.
This was fun.
This
It was so
fun.
impromptu, organic.
She said she's never going to see me either. I'm gonna get my best and I'd be like,
I can't wait to see Tamala. I can't wait to see her in person. And you too, Pam.
I know. I saw Tamla. Tamla, when did you come to Atlanta? It was what? August, I think. We went out. That was fun. It was good to see you, Tamla. We had a good time.
Yeah,
I wish it
Tamla is
was
fun to hang
longer
out
though. We
with.
went out to that club. So we had a good time. Yeah, you gotta come back to Atlanta, Tamla, so we can go out again. And yeah, Randall gotta come. All three of us gotta go out. We gotta go. I love that place, the cigar place, and the club that we went to. Oh my god, both were fun. The band was popping. Both bands. I've been meaning to go back too. So, but yeah, but guys, it was great talking to y'all. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. It was good to
You
see
going to
everybody's
sleep
face
now?
too.
What are you doing now?
Huh?
What are you gonna do now?
After I get off, I'm actually gonna go take a shower and get ready to go to bed. I might read a little bit of my book. It's 11 now, so I'm probably read a little bit of my book after I take my shower. Then I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Try to listen to
Okay.
some music to change the thoughts in my head. Because I don't want to be thinking of those spirits before going to sleep. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna finish watching this little thing about I like this like dark stuff. So, but this thing about Nightmare on Elm Street, like this like documentary about it.
Yeah, that sounds dope. I'm gonna have to check in.
Yeah,
See, I have to watch
I
that type of stuff during the day. It has to be daytime when the sun is
there's
out.
just as good as watching the movie when you see how they create it and how it actually comes together. Like it's
Yeah,
so interesting.
I'm gonna check it out. You said it's on
So
Netflix, right?
yes, the
Yeah.
movies that made us.
Movies that made us. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch that. Put that on my list. Thank you. Good night, Tamla. Good night,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you for
Yeah, I'm gonna take
sharing
off
all your
too.
stories.
How am
Have
I
a
doing?
good night, everybody.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you soon.